Sonjin moved closer and looked at Wuben, who had opened his eyes slightly. He asked if he could hear him, and Wuben nodded. Sonjin, with a big smile on his face, asked him to say something again. Wuben, with a low voice, asked where he was. Sonjin told him he was in the hospital. He immediately called out for the doctor, who came rushing in. Seeing Wuben conscious, the doctor asked him how he was feeling. Wuben struggled to speak. His voice was still low. The doctor looked at Sonjin and asked him to excuse them so he could start his medical procedures on Wuben. Concerned, Sonjin asked if he was going to be okay. The doctor stated that, as long as he had regained consciousness, it showed he was now out of danger. He told Sonjin he could come see him the next day. Sonjin agreed and glanced at Wuben one last time before heading out. The following morning, Sonjin was the first person at Wuben's hospital door. He waited patiently while the doctor finished his morning checkup routine so he could go in and see Wuben. When the doctor walked out, he asked Sonjin if he had even gotten any sleep. Sonjin said he couldn't sleep and that he must have been too excited to see Wuben. The doctor reminded him that he was still a patient and needed to take care of his own health too. As soon as the doctor walked away, Sonjin didn't waste any time. He rushed into Wuben's hospital room, happy to see him with his eyes wide open this time around. He walked up to him, telling him it was good to see him conscious again and that he had been going crazy at the thought of losing him. Now that he was awake, Sonjin's stress levels had gone down. Wuben looked at Sonjin without saying a word. Sonjin, curious, asked if he was okay and if he was feeling any pain. Wuben stared at him, asking who he was and how he knew his name. Sonjin moved closer, confused, and told him he was his best friend. Wuben shook his head, saying he didn't remember him and that he didn't have any friends. Sonjin grew worried, thinking Wuben must have lost his memory. Just as he was about to rush out the door to get the doctor, Wuben laughed. Sonjin turned and looked at him. Wuben smiled and said he remembered him and had just been joking. He added that even if he had lost his memory, he wouldn't forget Sonjin. Sonjin laughed and said he had almost scared him to death, adding that at least he hadn't lost his ability to make jokes. They both smiled. Sonjin moved closer and asked how he was feeling. Wuben said he felt a bit weak and was still in some pain, but he hoped he would be fine in a couple of days. He asked if Kim had been caught, saying the last thing he remembered was seeing her holding a gun. Sonjin assured him Kim had been caught and that the whole world had seen what she had done. There was no way out for her this time. He admitted he felt guilty for not taking the issue seriously before something bad happened. If he had known, he would have insisted that Kim not be invited to the wedding. Wuben said it was okay, and that the good thing was she had been caught. Smiling at Wuben, Sonjin said he was really happy to see him back. Wuben said he had really thought he was going to die, that he had surrendered everything and accepted his fate, and that he was grateful for a second chance. They both smiled, happy to finally reunite. Wuben's mother rushed in. Seeing her son awake was what she had been praying and hoping for. With tears in her eyes, she rushed to his bedside, touched his face, and asked if it was all real, and if he was really okay. Wuben told her he was okay. She wiped her tears and looked at him with a smile, saying she really thought she was going to lose him and never see him again. She promised to treat him well this time around and make up for all the years she hadn't been around. Wuben held her hand and said it was okay, and that as long as he was back, they still had a chance to start over. His mother stood there, not wanting to let go of his hand, finally getting the chance to look him in the eyes and talk to him, the moment she had been yearning for. Yuna was still fast asleep in her bed when her mother came into her room. She slowly woke her up, and Yuna, still half asleep, asked what she wanted. Without any delay, her mother told her the good news. Wuben had finally woken up. Yuna jumped out of bed in disbelief and asked her to repeat what she had just said. Her mother held her hands and told her she had received a message saying that Wuben was out of his coma. Yuna screamed and hugged her mother with happiness. Looking at her, she said she had to get ready and go see him immediately. Her mother told her it was still early and that she should have breakfast with them first, but Yuna refused, saying there was no time for breakfast and that she had to go see Wuben. She said this as she rushed to the shower to freshen up. Her mother stood there, happy to see Yuna excited again.